So how does it feel that you two are collaborating with other people as well when it comes to making the music?
It's great. I mean, it should be. Honestly, like we work really well together, but I'm really glad to see him branching out and working with other people all over. It's because you get a different flavor every time, you get a different result, and it makes the album really diverse. So, yeah.
And they do say that in every journey, there's memories that you would have, for this album when you guys are creating it. What were the great memories and what were the funniest ones? And you'd be like, oh, I can't believe we did that. I can't believe we went through this.
I just thought of the funniest. I mean, there was a time I performed at House of Blues and I sang Better Now by Post Malone. I did this reggae island version. And like 2 lines into the song, I forgot the lyrics. And I remember just like, and it was my first time performing in LA, I think, to a non-full of people crowd.
Sold out House of Blues in Anaheim.
Yeah. So I was super nervous. I think it was my second song. And I remember saying, sing with me, and nobody sang with me. I was like, oh, shoot. And I still didn't know which part of the song I was on. So I just kept mumbling till I found my way through the song.
They went crazy for you still.
Some of the best parts, though, I mean, there's a lot. Staples Center was definitely like one of the highlights. It's one of those things that I also, would dream about as a kid, passing by Staples Center on the way to the airport. And I would always just say that I want to perform in that place one day. And I still can't believe that actually happened. What else? There's a lot, Chris.
Grammys, dude. Remember that? We were in the LA.
I was just talking about that to my friend.
We were going to all the Grammys after parties and just seeing all these.
That was
like
wild.
Stevie Wonder walks by and then
that was wild. Yeah,
dude, I can't. Yeah,
like
that was nuts.
Zed, Nick, Joe.
Who's the most popular? Who was the most popular ever that you guys ever met or just ran into?
I was that girl from that event, Nina something.
Nina Dobrev. Yeah, I wanted to take a picture so badly.
She was there. There's this group called Gray that like used to be my favorite producers ever, and I just ran into them and took a photo with them. That was crazy. Who else?
I mean, I was just so happy to see Stevie Wonder in person. I mean, I love Stevie.
He didn't see us.
He didn't see.
He felt you. He felt you. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. For those that are watching us, for those that are catching the press con, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Rico Robles. I'm here with Inigo Pascual, and of course, Moves joining us. Options, don't forget, June 25th, it's dropping. It's a hot track. It's a hot album from Inigo. We did get to hear Neverland. You got a sneak peek of it now. We're giving members of the press an opportunity to ask some questions for Inigo, who will be joining us. Here's one of them from Showbiz Ganap. Here's James Miguel.
Hi po. Good afternoon.
Hello. Hi, James.
Hi, James.
Hello po. Yung question for Inigo, gaano ka-personal yung album na to sa'yo? Like, yung mga songs ba is somehow nafe-feel mo at the moment? Or pinagdadaanan?
I mean, para sa akin, there's some songs in the album that I personally wrote as well that I actually, may mga pinagdaanan ako and I was able to write those songs. And sa daming nangyari sa album na to, siguro, nasasabi ko, each song kind of reminds me of a certain time in my life where, di ba, parang so much happened while we were recording, while we were promoting. And yeah, I could say na sobrang personal itong album to para sa akin. I mean, coming from my first album with Dahil Sa'yo, I was so nervous working on another album. I was so nervous I was nervous with the thought of even releasing music because I didn't know what to come up with. But I'm happy now, I'm glad that I'm able to do this and show this side of me. And that's all thanks to Moves, of course, and the whole Tarsier team.
In part, it's also you, bro.
Ano yung pinaka-parang song na sobrang relate ka ngayon? Like yung pinaka-song dun sa album?
Hindi ko masasabing relate na relate. Pero siguro, I've been listening to Danger a lot. Personally, also one of my favorites from the album. Because it's a song that I've been wanting to do. I mean, it's that type of vibe that I've been trying to work on. I mean, with Chris, I can say also na nahanap ko yung tunog ko with this album. I mean, Chris and I were talking about what sound can we make or what can I make as my sound. parang feeling ko dun sa first album ko, nag-explore pa ako kung ano ba yung tunog na gagawin ko for myself. And I feel like with this album and with Danger, Catching Feelings, we were able to kind of really figure that out.
Find your home.
Yeah.
Home sound.
Yun lang. Thank you so much, Inigo. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
Rico,
James.
and
Ingat ka.
Thank you, James. There you go. From Showbiz Ganap, James Miguel. Also, another question. This one's coming from Josephine Bonsol of joebonsol.net. Hi, Josephine.
Hi, Rico. Hello,
How are
Chris.
you?
Congratulations,
Hello!
Inigo. I miss you.
Mami Jo, hello po.
Hi, I love you, Inigo.
I
And
love you po.
siguro I'd like to ask you first, how do you feel if you can assess how you have evolved from when you started and now? What are the changes? What do you think? And did the options change also, your preferences when it comes to the genre of music, your inspiration? Would you like to talk about that?
I mean, for myself as an artist, masasabi kong mas nag-mature siguro yung ako and then also my music definitely matured with the sound that it has now. Ibang-iba siya sa tunog ng first album ko, and I'm glad I was able to work on this kasi mas natuklasan ko yung tunog na gusto ko pala para sa sarili ko. And siguro even with my likings of genres and types of music, I was able to explore more. Actually, with the help of Chris, also he would share with me a lot of new artists, and even the artists in Tarsier. Like there's so many young artists that are so talented and so diverse. Iba yung kaya nilang gawin at mabibigay nila. So nakakatuwa kasi pati ako natututo ako sa kanila. There's so many artists that are even younger than me na sobrang talented, sobrang galing magsulat, mag-produce. Some of them, they do everything. They produce, they write, they sing and perform. So nakaka-inspire na sana magawa ko rin yun, di ba? And age is just a number. You could do whatever you want as long as you put your heart and your passion, yung passionate ka talaga sa ginagawa.
Pero I'm also curious, Inigo, and I bet your fans are going to be curious about this. Are you still trying to study about hindi pa ako sa love life, wala pa ako doon. Siguro dun sa are you trying to study further? Are you training? Are you doing things to help you, create a better version of you?
So just a couple months ago, I started this training for my dance and for my performing. Para lang mas mahasa rin po ako, and it's definitely changed my perspective on a lot of things, not just in performing but in my lifestyle. Kasi grabe yung mga bata ngayon, sobrang talented talaga. Ang hirap. It's hard to keep up with the times, with these kids just coming out of nowhere, and they're so talented. And personally, I don't want to limit myself with what I've already done. I want to keep going, and I want to maximize my talent and what I can do. And I also want to be able to entertain at full capacity and just be able to really bring joy through my music. And yes po, I am actually doing a lot of training right now. Actually, after this press one, meron pa akong training mamayang 6 p.m. So dire-diretso talaga, but it's all part of it. It's all part of the process of making the dream happen.
Last question.
Ito na yung love life. Ito na yung love life.
Hindi. Sila na lang kasi marami pang nasa roster na magtatanong sa kanya.
Love yan si Mami
I will
Joy.
not deprive them of the chance to ask you. Pero my question is my last siguro. If you want, no? Kasi they're still curious. Are you hirit lang konti, love life. Are you in love right now?
Right now, I'm not currently in love with someone, but I'm in love with what I'm doing. I mean, grabe yung lahat na nangyayari. I mean, it's hard to really start something. I mean, I've been saying that, and I know people are probably getting so tired of my answers, but that's just the reality of it. I mean, we're going through this pandemic.
Yeah, how do you meet someone in the pandemic?
Yeah. Ang hirap din magsimula ng
online. Yeah, it is tough. It is tough. Yeah.
It's also hard to say that I'm in love. It's a big word.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mommy Jo.
Congratulations,
Love you po.
Inigo. I love you. Thank you,
Miss
Chris, and
you.
thank you, Rico.
Thank you very much. You see, her background is in New York City. She's live in New York. We have some more questions, ladies and gentlemen. For those, this one, I'll be reading in a question coming from Neil Ramos from Tempo. The question is, please relate how you have grown as a songwriter, musician, performer in the recent years.
I feel like I was able to have more appreciation to sounds that I didn't really see myself listening to before, or even doing. With options, I remember there were times in the recording studio with Chris, I would make sounds with my mouth. I'd be like, yo, Chris, I want to put this in the song.
And it's on the record.
Even like the
Dude,
trumpet.
there's one sound Easter egg. If you could find it somewhere on the album, he's making a trumpet noise. He's like, It sounds like a trumpet, but it's actually him going pop, 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 like that with his mouth. See if you can find it.
Hey.
This album definitely, made me more experimental to, what I can do to each song.
And you know, with the dancing, you did mention, ano yun, dahil nagtitiktok ka na rin ngayon. Ganun na yun. Is it to elevate the dance moves?
Actually, nakatulong din yung TikTok. I mean, TikTok's not easy. I mean, nowadays, like the dance challenges on TikTok are not easy, actually. So, no, pero the training is for performance talaga. I want to push myself even more, and it's not easy. I'm telling you guys, it's intense.
And to sing at the same time while you're dancing, right? And you got like an earpiece and all that. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Here's another question. This is coming from Queenie Arguelles Lastra from Village People. Why Options as the title? Is there a specific reason for it? Please expound. Why is it Options album, and what is it all about?
We were actually discussing this on what the title should be, but Options being the very first track that we released, I felt like it was just perfect. Also because there are certain songs in the album that have a lot of options, a lot of different versions. Even the music video for Options literally had 3 different versions. And I just feel like it also kind of relates to how, a young man such as me would have to go through life and would have certain options that I would have to deal with. And each song kind of represents, that certain time or that emotion that I felt. And iba-iba. I mean, this album is full of different things. I mean, there's love songs, there's songs that makes you miss your ex, or makes you realize that you're still falling for that person. So yeah, I mean, Options.
We could have called it Decisions, because really Options really just leads to decisions, right? You have the options, you have to decide. And that's actually like when you're producing music, it comes down, there's like 1,000 decisions you have to make. Like, do I put this sound or this sound? Do I set it at this level or this level? And he helped produce a lot of it. So there were a lot of options even in the creation of the album.
Yeah.
And is it because the reason why there's so many options is because of the pandemic and you guys are all in the studio? There's a lot of creative juices. Life is not getting in the way and there's a lot of time.
Well, I mean, there is that, but there's also just like we were exploring, and there were a lot of different producers, and we also had remixes. I don't know. Am I allowed? I'll find out if I'm allowed to say something about something we're dropping next month. If someone could let me know, that involves that. But there was just a lot of creative input, so a lot of options in that sense, I guess.
All right, this is something to look forward